Welcome, we're back this week with a video on LMU and just some tips and tricks to help you get started. We're going to jump straight into it. I'm not going to drag it out and be silly with it. We've got a few tips. If you literally just turn the game on, you want to jump in an online race, these are like 3 things that the game doesn't really tell you or give you much information on that will help your racing experience be easier and hopefully more fun. So let's go to it. Let's get to it. Into a race. Here we go. Okay, so for our first tip, one of the first things we're going to need to do is make sure we get our traction control set right if that's a car that we're using. If this is one of your first time playing, this is, like I say, this is for early beginners, new to the game. You maybe know how to race, but maybe haven't quite got on with this game yet. But yeah, well, you'll probably start in something like a GT3, so you'll have traction control and ABS. I like 6 balanced. It gives you quite a lot of ABS. You can go into the ABS. You have to be progressive with it, but it works. The slip angle. This is, or if you're first starting, the best thing to do is max this out. What this will stop you from doing is spinning too much in the corners. It's raining where we are at the minute at the Algarve, so I'm going to turn my onboard traction control up. So now what this does is, the onboard traction control is straight line traction control. So that will stop your wheels spinning as you accelerate out of a corner. Off the start line, it will stop you from spinning the wheels. The power cut is at what point it comes in. So once the wheels get to like level 6 on the traction control, they will really start to clamp down on how much it lets the wheels spin. The slip angle allows how far the car can rotate before the car sort of tells itself to stop and slows itself down. So I like to have the slip angle up. It allows me to go a bit deeper into the corners. It allows for more control as a newer player. The more you get used to this game and the more you play it, if you're playing 8 hours a day, you can turn these down, you can start to turn these down. But this is for like, we've just jumped in the game, I'd like to start racing. That's what you're going to need to do. Cool. Next. So for our next tip, we're waiting for the race to start. And what we want to do is we want to find out how many laps we have to do. And by doing that, there's a box. On my screen, it's all the way over here. That's why we're in this view. You'll see a tiny little box over in this corner. Now, what I want to do is, as the race starts, and he'll say...
And drivers go to the grid for a race start.
Okay, so what we want to do is we want to start driving. We're looking in this corner. Okay, this box. It says I have 11.7 laps. So then we want to escape. Return to garage. So now we want car setup, 11 laps. So we're going to put in 13 just to be safe because I'm extra. Then we start driving. Now we have the right amount of fuel, which is awesome. And that's what you want to do. So yes, at the start of the race, jump into the race, jump into the car, check your fuel up. Like I say, mine's on this little box up here, which is miles away. But check that box, see how many laps you've got. Back into the pits, set your fuel accordingly, and then give it a go. Good one. Okay, next. So for our next tip, what we're looking to do is use the pit limiter to keep our speed where it needs to be. We don't want to take a penalty. We want to be careful as well, not to speed too much here, because it will give you a drive through. Everybody takes off and speeds off, but we don't want to do that. So we want to line up here. We get in line. We hit our pit limiter. Now I'm set to 60, but my foot is pinned to the floor. And as soon as he says, go, 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 we're going to hit the pit limiter and we're going to take off. Oh. Okay. Nearly got it wrong. Okay, so yeah, we want to be on the pit limiter here and then...
Green flag. Green
go,
flag.
and we're launched. Look at that, we got the launch on 1. And look how close we got to the others. So yeah, tip number 3. Start on your pit limiter. Then you can be flat to the floor and you just hit that button. It's a 1-button thing and you're off. Tip number 4, and an extra one here, is always start from the back. Try not to qualify. You'll have much more fun. Look, we started from the back. We're already up to 11th and it's only been a few corners. There you go. But there we go. Thank you very much for joining me for this one. I do hope maybe you learned something. Like I say, this is pros are probably going to know these things. Once you've been in the game a bit, then you sort of pick these things up. But it's things that the game didn't tell us to start with. I never learnt these. I had to learn the hard way, like, well, how do I know how much fuel to put in? Well, I got to do a race. Okay, I'm doing this. So then I'm doing that all day. So yeah, there are a few little tips just to help you through. I hope it helps. But yes, till next time, stay safe. I'll see you soon. Peace. Bye.